Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 41 of Raise the Holte, our bid for world domination with Aston Villa. And today we have two big games against Manchester City, second in the league, and Arsenal, who are sixth. Now you can see it's been a little bit of a month of Deja-Vu so far since last episode. We played Leicester, Liverpool, Leicester, Man City, and then Man City again. So it's been a little bit of a month of Deja-Vu since last episode. As you can see here, we played Leicester City in the FA Cup third round. This was an even game, to be honest. It was an even game where we just about shaded, perhaps. Bothheim with the goal, but then they equalised in the 89th minute, and I had flashbacks of last year when we did the same thing against Wolves and ended up getting knocked out. Happily, this finished a little bit better off for us. Then we played Liverpool in the league, and it is untrue how we did not win this game. Look at those match stats there. Salah, he opened the goal. It was an absolute howler, a horrible outpass from Livakovic that gave them the lead. Junpe equalised in the second half, and we were so much more the better team. It was unbelievable. Look at their goalkeeper. Our goalkeeper had a good game as well, despite the mistakes. So maybe that says something. But trust me guys, we were the better team, and I do not understand how we didn't win that game. Look at Markovic, 6 key passes, what a game he had as well. Then we went and we played Leicester City in the replay, and this was just an absolutely stunning performance. Away from home, the Lab with a hat-trick, including a 94th minute penalty. Thiago Almada, we need to use this guy more, which is my fault. You guys don't have nothing to do with that, but he was absolutely amazing yet again. Match stats maybe don't tell the story. Player ratings, they usually do though, don't they? We were really, really good in this game. Then we went and we played Leicester City again, this time in the Premier League, and we got the same result, if not as a dominant performance. But this was a tough game. We did just about deserve to win it. Again, you can see match stats relatively even. Player ratings kind of tell the story there. They opened the scoring. Grealish came straight back, like off the kickoff 30 seconds later and equalised. And then Hepburn Murphy off the bench got the 86-minute winner for us. Borja just gone off the boil a little bit lately. So yes, something to be a little bit concerned about there. Then we played Manchester City. Our reward for beating Leicester was to play Manchester City in the FA Cup fourth round. And this is actually a really, really good performance. They took the lead early in the second half. Mobito, I think it's his first for the club. It was quite a good goal. You'll see it. There'll be goals of the month at the end of this episode, and you'll see all these goals in that. But yeah, again, it was an even game. They had a little bit more possession. You can see from the player ratings that it was a relatively even game there as well. Our goalkeeper was arguably man of the match, so that, again, tells a story, doesn't it? But I do worry a little bit that we've missed our chance here. The replay, of course, will be back at Manchester City, and that's going to be tough, isn't it? But we have them in the league. We have a warm-up for that because we're going to face them in the league in a few seconds here. So have a quick look at what this all means for the league table as well. And you can see we are sitting in fourth. Very, very close, very, very close between the top 5. Then a little bit of a gap to Arsenal, then a little bit more of a gap to Chelsea, and then it gets really tight again. So this is a big episode because we're playing two teams that are right up there with us. I almost take 2 draws, but as I said, right this season, right now, I think it's got to be about just trying to sneak into that Champions League. We're only a point behind Liverpool, so it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. So let's have a look at the team that we're sending out to play Manchester City, and we're going to be brave. We're going to be brave, and we're going to have a go at them. We're going to play a high line and be brave. So it's Livakovic in goal. It's Target, AR, Chambers, and Bree as a back 4. Tonali and Grealish in midfield. Markovic, Junpe, and Abdul Rahman are going to play as a back 3. In behind Borja, very much on thin ice here. A few little injuries to pick you up on. Brian Carlos, he is out for 3 weeks with, what did he do, a sprained ankle. Marin is out for just a few days, suffering from flu, and that is it, I think. The only other one is Gaz Mosley, who, picked up a little bit of a knock, but he's fine for this. Actually, I just remembered, the transfer window's open, and we have made a few signings. Now, before we get to the game, let's have a look at those. You may see a few different names there. I almost forgot about that. You can see, if we have a look at the outs, the only real out is Mads Back. He's gone out. We sold him off to Millwall. His contract was at the end of the year, so we've got a bit of cash in for him. So that's good. Andre Green, we let him go out on loan to Leeds. He was complaining about first-team football. So in the interest of keeping him happy, because I didn't really want to let him go out on loan, but this offer came in, 100 grand a month, so I thought, all right, wages paid as well, let's send him out on loan. A few others have gone out on loan here. You can see Victor, one of our other strikers, because I've signed too many strikers, as we know. He's gone out on loan. Reski, I think he has backup goalkeeper potential, so I sent him out on loan to try and get some first-team football as well. Dominic Revan, again, out on loan to get some first-team football. And Kelsey Mooney, again, out on loan, trying to get... If we can get them close to their potential, this 3-star potential, then they're useful squad players to have. But I don't... Yeah, we need to get them to that level. Now, a few signings that we've made here. Now, as I said, I've signed too many strikers, so I signed another one. Free transfer. Signed another one. He's possibly going out on loan as well, this guy. Just waiting on a work permit for Midtjylland. The reason I signed this guy is not because he's a striker, but because he's Sudanese. I'd never signed a Sudanese player before in FM ever. And he's decent. So I thought, let's sign him. Let's sign a Sudanese player just because we can. This guy is potentially here for this year. I said I want to look to upgrade midfield, and this is someone that we can do it. He's signing for Barcelona, 1.1 million. You can see good dribbling, flair and creativity is there. Passing's good, technique is good. Good all-round midfielder, I think. The only thing that lacks is tackling. But yeah, he's described as a midfield entertainer, so I figured, who doesn't love a good midfield entertainer? So we signed him. I think he'll be good. And this guy is one for the future. This guy could be the Boob. He's Ivory Coast as well, Ivorian. But look at this. He's 18 years old. And look at the 17 dribbling. Determination and leadership is there. Passing, technique. The only thing he does lack a little bit physically. But I think he's a really, really, really good player, actually. And we signed him for 100k, rising up to 425 grand if he plays games and scores goals, basically. Which, if he gets to those sorts of levels, then we'll pay an extra 320 grand. That's not a problem. So that's the 3 signings we've made. Definitely, yeah, Ahmed's not really one for this year. He's going out on loan. We might look to send... I think we'll keep Silla at the club in the under 23s, get him used to how we play. Still about a week to go in the transfer window. By the time this episode finishes, we'll be getting towards the end. I'm not expecting to do too much else because I've had a look at what's available, and there's not really. There's a couple of midfielders that I'd like to sign, but the clubs want over 100 million for them, which even if we could afford, we wouldn't pay for a midfielder unless it's Milinkovic-Savic, because that guy's a beast. So yeah, that's where we are with transfers. I almost forgot to tell you that. So yeah, I think Carlos Elena, I think he will add to our team for this season, but the others I think are more for the future. Alright, so we can see the way they're lining up. This is exactly how they lined up in the FA Cup game as well. What do we say? The passionate team talks have been working so far. This is a great opportunity. No. I guess we're the underdogs. Let's go cause an upset. Some calm, we have faith. There is a little bit of nervousness going at them so much with our attacking formation here. But, you know, we're going to go for it. We did work against Liverpool. We played really, really well. So, we can perform like that, then we'll be doing okay. Let's not go behind in the 45th second, please. There we go. No problems there whatsoever. It's not a great highlight, is it? It always makes you worry that I've got extended highlights on, but I don't, no. Alright, let's give them some feedback here, and we're doing okay again with possession. The problem with Manchester City is that they could just at any minute with their superstar players just come and tear you to pieces, and then, you know, you're done. Because that's kind of what happened in the first game. They scored a nice goal, and then, you know, we're kind of fighting back then to get back on level terms. Here's Grealish. That's a nice little ball in for Borja. He's lost it there. Now this makes me worry that we're going to go down the other end and concede a goal. This is a new signing of theirs, a South Korean penalty. He's really quick. Callum Chambers has gone off the boil. I had a word with him about his form, and I think we're going to have to drop him if I'm honest. Oh, Livakovic with the save! Well done. That's a flashback to his first year at the club. Because he hasn't been as good as he was that first year, to be honest. And he's... Get that away, please. Kovacic. Alright, can we go the other end now? Go on, Borja. He's not that quick. I thought he was quicker than this. Go on, son. He's just holding it up. He's holding up play. That's a cynical foul, ref. At this point, I think Livakovic is kind of just keeping the gloves warm till Gaz Mosley's ready to take over full time. Because he's actually older than I realised, Livakovic. He's 27 now. So, if we look at Gaz, he's obviously way, way younger, and he's potentially as good. So, maybe another season or two of playing Gaz in sort of cup games and the occasional league fixture here and there. And I think we might look to move Livakovic on when he gets to 30 or so. Again, we've done okay. We haven't created anything, really. but we've done okay. I'm a little bit annoyed I have to have Abdul Rahman out there, obviously with Marin being sick and Green on loan. That's why I didn't really want to let Green go out on loan. But if it keeps him happy longer term, then I think it's worth it. What do we say to this? Appreciate their efforts. Unlucky boys. I gotta be honest with them. It's not good enough. We've defended well. Yes, I will admit that. But we haven't created anything. And I do sometimes regret just not telling them that I expect more. In terms of changes here, I tell you what, Borja he's gone off the boil, and I'm thinking, do I have Lab on the bench, or do I have the Lab? We might look to bring him on. Markovic isn't playing particularly well, so we could bring on Nick Roberts for him. Nick Roberts has just been picking up a few little niggly knocks here and there. Let's get out to that. Get a block in. Oh, whip on that. So it might be a good opportunity to give him a game here as well. Look at Liverpool, 5-0 over Watford. All right, here's a chance from a corner. We're decent from these. It's too easy. Oh, damn! I thought the keeper had got it. I don't know what happened, but Ayar has nodded it into the back of the net. It's his first goal of the season. It's not his first for the club, because he has scored a few last season. But what happened here? It's Edison in goal, I think. The keeper's just missed it. He's just missed it. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. That's completely against the run of play, but we will take it. Let's, what do we say here? I don't even know what to say. Let's just say nothing. Okay, let's make these changes here. Markovic is looking nervous now. He's not having his best game. So we'll take him off. I will leave on Borja for now. Alright, now we need to defend the corner. It's out to the edge of the area. Get in front of it! Oh, that's offside. Okay, that's fine. I thought for a second there Livakovic had tapped it onto the inside of the post. I tell you what, those two on the line did really well to push out, didn't they? Well done. And it's definitely offside. Although if Livakovic touches that, no, they're offside from the shot. Just, you can see my brain working through the offside rule there. Alright, is this another chance for us? Nick Roberts out for Bree. Bree's been in really, really good form lately, so that's good. Grealish knocks it back post. It's there for target. Can he get across in? He can. It's Angel Bree! 2-0 to the Villa. There we go. Our bravery isn't going to be rewarded. What we're going to do now is we're going to tell him to tighten up, because there is almost nothing surer than we've just angered Manchester City there. One side of the field to the other, and Junpi, this is what he can do. When he's good, he's really good. He scores goals. He just doesn't do it often enough. Bernardo Silva's having a shocker. Look at this. Look at this. Abdul Rahman's not playing well. Borja is on a booking and not playing well. Let's bring the Lab on for him. And then we'll keep a save up our sleeve so we can bring on a defensive player, perhaps. The longer this game goes on, if we need to try and close it down just a little bit. Grealish for Tonali. He's got caught on the ball there. That's not good, Sandro. Oh, no, look, they got so many men forward. So many men forward. AR, get in there, mate. You've got to get closer. AR he got back, and he gave Jesus. That's what I was trying to say there. Look at this. He got back. He did well. You've got to get closer, though, mate. You've got to get closer. Oh, and it gets interesting again. Abdul Rahman isn't having his best game. Let's try praising them. We are playing well. Jumpy's picked up a knock. All right, that's good enough for me, I think. What we'll do, I've promised Doyle Hayes games off the bench, so we'll do that. We'll drop Tonali in. Are we going to get punished for, being a little bit of a baby about this and not continuing to go for it? Because we had been rewarded, hadn't we, for our attacking play, but it was 10 minutes to go here. I think we've got to just be sensible now. We've got to be sensible and just try and see this out. Let's be more disciplined. This is the other change I've made, is going to standard passing, and I think it's been showing that it's been working okay. We'll start and waste time and play for set pieces. That'll really annoy them, won't it, if we do that? All right. Sandro's caught on the ball again. Tonali, you've got to get rid of it, mate. Well, that was a bit of a hospital pass as well. Are we going to get done here again? No, what a save from Livakovic. That's twice this game from the penalty spot, and again just there. Can we go and launch a counter-attack? The Lab has the ball. I'm not sure if he meant to do that, but it's found its way to Grealish. Has just passed it to a City player. Oh, no. Away. Oh. We're going to do odd hang on for a draw here, you know. Let's give it a demand more. We've got 2-0 up and we've made mistakes. Tonali's got caught on the ball twice. Oh, to concede, of all the ways to concede to Manchester City, a corner is right up there as the most annoying, isn't it? Come on, boys, let's just see this out now. Oh, no. It's a decent throw, but not good enough. Not good enough. Oh, I thought that was bending in. I don't want to go defensive because that's just going to invite them onto us. Is this it? I think this is it. Well, if it is to be a draw, we would have taken it before the game, wouldn't we? But this is a flashback to my Everton save where we just threw away 2-goal lead. It's decent, isn't it? It's decent enough. It's decent enough. We didn't deserve to even get a point from that. So the fact we've gone to Manchester City and got a point, that's not bad. But it's so disappointing, isn't it, to say unlucky. It's so disappointing to get 2-0 up and then only walk away with a point. But like I say, we would have taken a point. Going away to Manchester City and getting a point is a really, really good result. So let's not get too downbeat. It's just the circumstances are a little bit disappointing, aren't they? So there we go. Anyway, guys, wait right there. Jumpy is not too serious. No, he's fine. All right, wait there. We'll be back for Arsenal. We're at home this time. Can we get the win? Okay, welcome back. We're about to host Arsenal, and you can see we are favourites for this game, which surprises me a little bit, but we are above them in the league, albeit they probably have, maybe not better, but more experienced team than we do. Now, before we have a look at the team, transfer window just about to close, but there is a little bit of news to update you on. 2 more loans out. We did end up sending Ahmed Rahim out to FC Midtjylland, so he'll get some football there. And the other one, Harry Thomas, mate, we've sent you out on loan to Crew. Now, the reason being is that you'll get first-team football there. You're going to be a key player for them. And with the cup games winding down now, I don't really see where you're going to play. So we're going to get you in a first team somewhere, get you some first-team football, and yeah, come back better, ready to firing for a Carabao Cup campaign next season. Maybe even more, actually. We'll see how we go with that for next season. But that's sort of to update you then. Now let's have a look at the team that we're sending out to face Arsenal. And it's same sort of formation, but a few changes, mainly down to form. So Livakovic in goals again. Target, Holgate comes in for Chambers. Hasn't really been doing it, so he gets dropped with Bree. Tonali and Grealish. Tonali, thin ice. He hasn't really been at it. Markovic, Marin comes back in, which is good. And Almeida comes in for Junpe. You remember he had a bit of a bruised ankle. Didn't really come up that... I mean, 91. He's not too bad, but we'll give Almeida a game. And the Lab comes in for Borja again. He's not performing. He gets dropped. So we can see the way they're lining up. Now, a little bit of other news on the transfer front. We'll get this team talk done, then we'll sort of get back to that. Like I was saying, I've been getting good response from the passionate team talks. Go out there and impress me isn't really what I want to say. Give the fans their money's worth. Let's go with that. Some calm, we have faith. A little bit nervous we had a stressed out goalkeeper there, but he's come around. All right. And here we go. So yeah, a bit of news on the transfer front. Apparently Borja is in a transfer interest of Stoke. Not sure where they are in the league, but I'm pretty sure... I mean, we're not selling him anyway, but I don't know why he would want to leave to go to Stoke in any case. The big one that's been coming up, though, is Mobita. £17 million, like rising up to £17 million from a Chinese club. Marin gets a cross in. It's headed away, but not really far enough. Is this a chance for a kick-off highlight goal? Grealish around the corner for Markovic. Oh, good block. Which is tempting, to be honest, for Mobita, but we do still need him this year, so I don't really want to sell him. I'm hoping corner comes in. It's off the bar. I'm hoping that money might still be around for us in the summer, and we can look to maybe sell him then once we have a chance. Because Dali, that Norwegian left back we have, potentially can fill in that role, but he's not quite there yet. And Grealish got caught on the ball there. It wasn't a great touch, and we find ourselves in a little bit of pressure here. Jacko, was that a save? It's a goal kick. Yeah, so we find ourselves... I forget what I was saying. Something about Mobita anyway. Tactically, we're doing the same thing as we did against City. We're pushing up. We're going to try and be brave and hope that we get a reward for that. I think when we're playing this sort of formation, we have to push up. We have to press them high up the pitch because we have so many attacking players. I think if we sit back, then we sort of allow ourselves to get picked apart. That's a decent ball in for the lab. Shot block, though. Can we get to that first? We can. Mason Holgate's there. Holgate's done well whenever he's played, which is why we've brought him in for Callum Chambers. I thought I was going to jinx him then. Looked like he was going to get a heavy touch. So, I mean, we paid 14 million for him, so he should be decent, shouldn't he? Here goes Markovic on a bit of a run. In for Almeida. Almeida shoots, blocked again. Falling for Tonali, though. In for Marin. Can he get a shot away? Back heel for the Lab. The Lab gets a cross in. Again, it's blocked. We're looking okay. We just keep... Everything's getting blocked right now. It's fallen away for Almeida. Turn, shoots Almeida! That's what he can do. He's an absolute wonder. He's a wonder kid, but he's an absolute wonder kid. What a goal from Thiago Almeida. It's his 5th goal of the year. And he just keeps defying the logics of a football. What is this? He's taken it. It's back to goal. 1 touch, 2 touch, turns. Has it taken a deflection off the defender there, perhaps, and bent away from the goalkeeper? I'm not sure what's happened, but I don't care because it's 1-0 to Villa, and that is a stunning goal. Let's give it a show some passion here, boys. Let's keep going. This would be a massive 3 points if we can hang on and get it. And it would be massive because it would build a bigger gap. I think the gap to Arsenal now is 2-3 points, something like that. So it would really start and get that gap there. Decent effort from Guendouzi, that one, but just over the bar. Not as good as Almeida, is he? So it's as I keep saying. I think this season we've really got to try and just get into that Champions League, and then we can build from there. Once we're in there, we can go and spend some more money. We'll be able to attract better players at that point. So I think that's some of the problem that we have right now, is that while we may have the money, we can't really attract the top players. So I don't really want to spend big money on players that aren't really good enough. I think players like that, like Carles Alina that we got, he's fine. He's an upgrade on, let's say, like a Cochrane, for instance. But we've only spent £1 million on him, and then we'll be able to sell him for more than that once we kind of outgrow him as well. I'm going to say do I say I'm not happy? I'm going to say I'm not happy, which sounds harsh, but those match readings aren't really good. There's no player there that can look me in the eye and say, yeah, boss, I've played well. So we'll say we're not happy, and we'll send them back out. Just a calm not happy. We're not yelling at them. Just, come on, boys. We can do better than this. We don't want them resting with Almeida again. He's a wonder kid from a set piece as well. Oh, I tell you what, Lab again. No. Oh, are we going to get down the other end? Almeida's kind of stood there and bemoaned his bad luck at the set piece and hasn't gone to get the ball. Matty Target's done really well. It looked like a foul, but he's actually won that ball really, really well. Oh, it's almost over, wasn't it? See, on the back of this just further makes me wonder, should we look to sell Junpi or Abdul Rahman? And just because we have Almeida, who I think he's almost got to be first choice at this point, doesn't he? Oh, we've let him get in at the back, but it's missed. Let's give it a demand more. Abdul Rahman too, he did sign a new contract on much reduced, almost half his wages. So he's only on about 40 grand a week now. He's an experienced player. He's a leader in the dressing room. Well, not a leader, but he's a highly influential player. So I'm happy to keep him on that lesser money. And he hasn't been injured as much recently, so that's a good thing as well. We're really struggling. Lab's come in here and isn't playing particularly well either. We're just struggling for strikers right now. Marin, no! Just never really looked like it was coming back, did it? Alright, let's bring Borja off the bench and see if he can do something off the bench for us. Markovic isn't having it. He's just gone off the boil a little bit as well. So we'll bring Nick Roberts on for him, and we'll keep a sub up our sleeves again. If we can hang on here, what a 3 points it would be. Tell them to concentrate. I know they're overwhelmed, but sometimes I think you've just got to tell them to concentrate. Are we overwhelmed to the point where we're not going to focus on defending, though? Here's Nick Roberts. He goes early up for Borja. Can Borja pick a pass? He's running into trouble there. Marin's done really well. Okay, we've got men in the box. Can Marin pick someone out? He can. Thiago Almeida! 2 goals in the game. He is a wonder kid. He's I don't know what can we call him. I don't know what we can call him, but he's the Argentine Almeida. No, what's the called Spanish Armada? He's the Argentine Armada. That's what I'm going for there. That's what I'm going for. Gets in 2-0 to Villa. That is absolutely amazing. All right, let's give it another concentrate. You may have been overwhelmed last time, but it didn't affect your performances, so that's fine. Let's just... Oh, what's going to happen there? The suspense. I think we're at the wrong end. I think we're at the Arsenal end. Oh, we're not. It's tricked me. The camera angles tricked me. Holgate just over the bar. 88th minute. We should be fine from here. Let's give them some praise. They've earned it at this point. Thiago Almada. What a game he's had. Every time he plays, he is just a revelation. Grealish in for Marin. Can we get a third? No, it's hacked clear. And that's it. 2-0 against the Arsenal. What a game. I tell you what, we could have almost got 6 points from this. I'm disappointed that we didn't hang on against City. But to play Arsenal and Manchester City and come away with 4 points, that's pretty good. And we go back above Spurs into the Champions League places. We've got to be, I tell you what, we're outsiders for the title at this point. 5 points off. We've played in the last few games Liverpool, City and Arsenal. We've got to be outsiders, don't we? We saw this in the first half of the year, that our fixtures really starting to soften up now. Thiago Almeida, just brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Our fixtures really starting to soften up here, and it gives us a chance to go on a bit of a run. Let's get the calendar up properly here. We've got Manchester United to come here as well, and then look at that. I mean, that's a decent run of fixtures to the end of the year, isn't it? Chelsea aside, you'd say we're almost favourites for every game. Except for Manchester United and Chelsea, I'd say we're favourites for every game in the league from now to the end of the year. Let me know what you think in the comments. Can we go and do a title run? It's probably going to depend how far we go in Europe too, isn't it? That is going to have an impact. And the FA Cup as well. But we're doing really well. If you have enjoyed that episode, guys, please do hit thumbs up. We've got a nice little unbeaten run there, haven't we? Make sure you give the episode a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you're subscribing and ring the bell so you see when we upload new episodes. We will be back on Saturday. We'll get our weekend started with a double-header against Anderlecht in the Europa League. There might be an FA Cup tie in the middle there somewhere, but if that's the case, we'll just skip over it. I think the FA Cup, I forget who it is we would get now. But we only really care about Europa League, I think, at this stage of the season, don't we? So we'll be back for that on Saturday. But until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments. Let me know what you think of the transfer window. And here are our goals of the month for January. Take care.